What's up, y'all? Welcome into the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. I'm Lane Whitaker. He's Michael Wallace. We are on the court here at FedEx Forum, getting ready for home game number 2 for the Memphis Grizzlies tonight against the Chicago Bulls. The Grizzlies are 2-1, coming off that win over the Orlando Magic just 2 nights ago.
Yes.
The Chicago Bulls coming off a loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Michael, I guess the big story coming out of that game 2 nights ago was the return of Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yes, absolutely. Jaren Jackson Jr. had been out since October 1st with a hamstring strain, a low-level hamstring strain. He has spent the better part of 4 weeks trying to ramp his way back up from a conditioning standpoint, and we saw him take the court. Now, his numbers weren't overwhelming when you look at the stats, but his impact in that last column all the way to the right, the plus-minus, Jaren Jackson Jr. was a game-high plus 26. So the Grizzlies were doing some great things when Jaren Jackson Jr. was on the court, and as Taylor Jenkins just talked to us, Lane, about it's only going to be a matter of time before his conditioning gets to the point where we're going to be seeing peak Jaren pretty soon.
Yeah, you know, Jaren, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 22 minutes, didn't hit a 3.
Right.
But there was a couple plays in that game that I thought, as a watching him try to come back from injury, there was like a turnover in the open court where he made a quick turnaround and sprinted after the defender or the offensive player, and I was thinking, well, that looks good. Like there was a lot of little plays like that I saw from Jaren where it didn't look like he was holding anything back.
Yeah, the movements, and it's just the body movements, the instinctive movements.
Yeah.
Those are the things. When you're in control scrimmages and what Taylor Jenkins called play groups, you're able to control your body movements. You're able to know when you need to go, to 5th gear and then bring it back down to 3rd gear. But in the basketball game, live whistles, live refs, live action, your body is just instinctively going. And Jaren hit some of those things pretty well. And I thought he was perfect, man. And as a matter of fact, Jaren talked to us after the game the other night about where he is and how long it's going to take for him to get back. But hey, he's having a great impact so far.
Why don't we watch the video of that? We have Jaren talking about what it's been like to make this return and how he feels right now.
Well, it's been one game. Every game I'm going to build on it. I'm not really going to set a thing on it, but I know I'm just going to be put in position to succeed with how I'm playing, what stints I'm playing, and stuff like that. And then eventually I won't need any of that, you know what I mean? I won't need any of that stuff, and I can just play free, and I'll be out there.
Jaren, to that end, though, you were a plus 26 in your minutes, and that was the most of anyone, obviously, on the team. So you are having an impact out there. How good is it to have that kind of balance around you guys now, when you can look at the bench and come in and pretty much pick up what you guys are doing?
It was great. I had good. I mean, I was in there with everybody on the team is a good lineup, a good fit for me. I feel like there's no one I think I can't play with. I feel like I meshed well with everybody, and then we're out there when Jay Huff's out there, you're gonna have a great little plus minus. That was great.
Hold up, Lang. Before you go. No, I got to shoot down the rumors. He wasn't going straight from the game to a Thriller reboot video shoot.
I can't believe he and I wore the same jacket.
But he did inspire the jacket choice I had tonight. So Jaren can rock that, I can rock this, and we can feel good about the warm-up.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was like a Bear Bryant tribute or something.
Houndstooth, there you go.
For all of the way Jaren played home game number 1 the other night, the Grizzlies got that 124-111 win over the Orlando Magic. Ja also had 16 and 10. But one of the other big stories in that game was Jay Huff, who had 18 and 2, averaging 13 points a game in the preseason. A guy who was on a 2-way contract until a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
And the Grizzlies were able to make him a full NBA contract player. Now he's on the main roster.
He's on the main roster. Jay Huff has signed a 4-year contract with the Memphis Grizzlies, a standard deal. Now he is the 15th available roster spot. That spot is now filled by Jay Huff. It is the 4th time in this calendar year that the Memphis Grizzlies have upgraded one of their 2-way guys. We saw it happen with Vince Williams Jr. first, G.G. Jackson second, Scottie Pippen Jr. just a couple weeks ago 3rd, and now Jay Huff. And just a remarkable run. As you can see, Shams Charania's tweet right there, it's all official. It's not they are converting. It has been converted. Yeah. And we're going to see Jay Huff out here having an impact on this game tonight.
So I actually talked to Jay Huff this morning at shoot-around because I was going to write a piece for tomorrow's Grind City Media newsletter about why he's been such a good fit here. This is his 4th NBA team in 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. And so often in the NBA, it's not your skill level, it's your fit and the opportunity. And he said here in Memphis for him, there's been 2 things that really stood out to him. First was system fit, and then culture fit. And he thought that the way he fits into the way the Grizzlies are playing this season with this new up-tempo offense and everything, like he thinks that suits his game very well. And then culturally, he said, he and his wife have moved here and they feel embraced. Everyone's been great to them.
Yeah.
And it just feels like a good fit for him. And then a couple hours later, he signs the contract. Tonight, I was like, hey, why didn't you tell me? And he said, I didn't know. He said, I at 11 o'clock this morning, he said, I didn't really know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So now it's official, and we'll see Jay Huff. How do you think long term? I mean, we've been down a big early in the preseason here,
Yes.
and with all these guys injured, how do you think he fits in longer term to what the Grizzlies are doing?
Well, when you're talking about a 4-year contract, man, you're saying this is a guy that can be right here around this peak time with the Grizzlies. We've already locked up Jaren Jackson Jr., John Morant, and Desmond Bane to long-term type deals. Jaren will come up for an extension at the end of the season that will take him into the next 5 years if he wants to sign it. But this is your group right now. Now, economically in this modern NBA, you can't have more than 3 guys on these kind of max contracts. You have to have some lower budget economical deals. And Jay Huff, Vince Williams, G.G. Jackson, Scottie Pippen Jr. are all on those type of deals. I do think he fits. We'll see in terms of the logjam because there's going to be some competition at that backup big. Brandon Clark had that spot, and he hasn't started off the season as strongly as he would like. But give him time. He's coming off an Achilles surgery. But Jay Huff is a guy that can shoot threes. He can get to the rim. He can score. He does it with a flair, and he has a great attitude, and I think he sticks.
Yeah, Taylor Jenkins pointed out Jay Huff was the Defensive Player of the Year last year in the G League. And I think we've seen, I had an executive from another team message me and be like, wow, Jay Huff's really turning up for you guys. I think he's kind of opening some eyes around the league. And once again, it shows for the Grizzlies what development does and what it means for this franchise, this team. We got about a minute left before we take a break. The other thing I wanted to mention was Taylor Jenkins used the phrase game density, but minute distribution with this Grizzlies team early on. They've had 12 players averaging at least 14 minutes a game. And nobody's playing more than like 25 minutes a game. Dez played 29 the other night, but everyone else is kind of level. Ja played less minutes than Scottie Pippen in the win the other night. I think it's partly, and tell me what you think, it's partly due to this early run of games, 6 games in 9 nights to start the season. But it's also a function of this new offense they're running.
It's also a function of the offense, as you said, but also when you put bench guys in, they got to produce. Now, the Grizzlies going through 3 games, ranked first in the NBA in steals and rebounds. They're in the top 5 in the NBA in points. They're second in bench scoring behind the Golden State Warriors, already averaging nearly 50 points off the bench. So when you play guys that produce, then you get the starters a little bit more, and you love that balance. You said 12 guys are averaging at least 14 minutes, and Taylor only plays 11. So that means John Conchar is the other guy that got a nice minute distribution of the night.
Here's another fun stat for tonight's matchup. The Grizzlies are second in the NBA in pace this season. First place in pace, Chicago Bulls. So this game should be up and down, and it'd be a fun one to watch. You can still get down here in time to watch the game, too.
Yeah, hurry up your pace.
Come on.
Get down here. You got the pace.
You can learn from the Grizzlies. Pick up the pace. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back in just a minute here on the warm-up show on Grind City Media.
We got to talk about Scottie Pippen Jr. Scottie has inked that contract, and he is now officially off the two-way. He is a member of the regular rotation.
Well-deserved, from my opinion. He straight up earned this one from all the time put in last season with the injuries to Summer League.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's a dinosaur draft.
Give me Littlefoot.
Littlefoot's a great pick in your alternate reality. In your fake dinosaur draft, because you don't believe in real dinosaurs. Give me a Velociraptor. It's so cute and so scary.
That's not a real Velociraptor.
That's not a chicken.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Justin Timberlake. I'm bringing sexy back. The Forget Tomorrow World Tour. Live in Memphis. Justin Timberlake. FedEx Forum, Saturday, November 23rd. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com. The brand new single Selfish is available to stream and download now. For more, hit up JustinTimberlake.com.
One of the things I really do like about the history of the Memphis Grizzlies is that we have people who have moved here and stayed here. I like how much some of those guys have not only made millions here and won games here, but spent real time here and raised children here.
Yes.
And become a real part of the community.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. I'm sitting courtside at FedEx Forum. I'm Lane Whitaker alongside Jessica Benson, host of the eponymous Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media every morning at 8 a.m. And we have some breaking news, Jessica. Mike and I didn't even get to the injury report in the first segment, but Ja Morant and John Conchar were both listed as questionable for tonight. Taylor Jenkins said they were both going to be a game-time decision. Actually, he knew Conchar was out. Ja was going to be a game-time decision, and now we know they are both out for tonight's game. So no Ja Morant, no John Conchar. We can go through the other guys: Gigi Jackson, Luke Kennard, Cam Spencer, Vince Williams Jr., all out for tonight too. We talked about game density earlier, Mike and I did. What do you think this does to the Grizzlies rotation tonight?
Well, luckily you have Scottie Pippen Jr., and one would assume, I don't want to make assumptions, because we have seen Dez play a lot on the ball this season as well, but Scottie Pippen Jr. coming off of a night where he had a career-high 12 assists off the bench. To come off the bench and have 12 assists is pretty impressive, and a testament to having a backup like Scottie Pippen Jr. First double-double. Ja had a double-double that night as well. It's a bummer from a standpoint of, for one night, we got to see Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Desmond Bane all play together, and now to not have him. But ultimately, I think you're right. It comes down to there's a back-to-back coming up between the Nets on Wednesday. You get the Bucks on Thursday. He's been dealing with this thigh soreness coming out of the game against the Rockets. Said that Grizzlies Twitter convinced him to play in the game Saturday for the home opener. The bullying did not work this time around, and ultimately you want to be cautious at this point.
We talk about the main character with Jessica every episode of the warm-up show. And Jessica, tonight, who is the main character for you?
Can I have two?
Yes.
Well, thank you. There's multiple characters on every show. One has to be J Huff, coming off of his new contract that he received from the Grizzlies today. He's been one of the brightest spots of this Grizzlies season thus far. And then my other is going to be the third quarter, because boy, have the third quarter has not been particularly great for the Grizzlies, especially you look at the run they gave up in the game Friday in Houston, follow that up by allowing a 21-0 run by the Orlando Magic here. Coming out of the half, it has been a struggle. The rotations kind of switch around a bit too. So figuring out a way to carry on the momentum from the first half could help us not have to have a 29-point lead in order not to scrunch a 29-point lead. Scrunch was not the word we were going for.
The Houston game, there was a 16-0 run, I believe it was. And then in the Orlando game was 21-0 run, right? And then I think it was 39-9 run overall for Orlando in that third quarter.
Yes, and their opponents are averaging 36 points a game against the Grizzlies in the third quarter. You've lost every third quarter, even going back to the opener against Utah. So I would love to see a third quarter one tonight.
The stat that Ross Wooden, our PR guy, pointed out to me before the game was interesting. Trying to increase the pace, play with pace, all that. Grizzlies are number 2 in the NBA in pace this year. Chicago Bulls are number 1. So without Ja Morant, without John Conchar, we're going to see Scottie Pippen. Might we see Yuki Kawamura get some minutes tonight? I saw a guy wearing a Yuki Kawamura jersey today on BB King when I was driving home. I don't even think they sell those in the store yet. I think he went and got it made at the team store, the Grizz Den. You think we might see some Yuki minutes?
I'm not sure, but I will say we on the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt this morning discussed that there needs to be an official Yuki Kawamura theme song where perhaps if the Grizzlies are up 20 plus late in the game, or God forbid down 20 plus, they play the song and you're like, my God, that's Yuki's music, and then he comes in. It was incredible to hear the fans chant for him on Saturday, and then for those chants to be rewarded by him actually checking in for the first time here at FedEx
I was walking down the stands to get down to the court for the Grind City Rewind on the postgame show on FanDuel, and that chant broke out, and I was like, what is going on? And then everybody was doing it, and then he got in, and it was great.
It's very cool between the fan love for Yuki that has developed, and the international fan love, I should say, and shout out to all of our new fans over in Japan and in Asia Georgia, like around multiple
Wherever you're
countries.
watching.
It's been great. But the same kind of has gone for Jay Huff, too. He's become such a quick fan favorite. You throw enough reverse dunks into the mix this early in the year, and it's easy to root for. But it has been fun to see some quick new personalities. So much of the focus has been on the Grizzlies this season coming back with the guys who weren't available last year, and that's been the reset. But now you have also had two new faces who have very quickly cemented themselves as favorites here.
Thank you for spending a little time with us here.
Yes.
You mentioned, we mentioned the atmosphere on opening night. We're going to watch a clip right now. Today on the Chris Vernon Show, Chris and the guys talked about that atmosphere on opening night and what a fun night it was.
All this man does is take and make threes and reverse dunk for no reason. He sees a regular dunk, is like, no, I just want to reverse it. There's no reason for him to reverse that dunk.
There's all the reason
There's
for him
no
to reverse.
reason.
He's Jay Huff. That's the
There's
reason.
no defender there.
That is the reason.
Nobody's there. No, he's just going to catch and reverse it. Why? Because he's Jay Blippin' Huff. Nobody told me about this reverse dunk king or reverse dunk god, Jay Huff.
I tweeted, I fear I'm getting high on Huff because we're all making a million bajillion huffing jokes. And someone said, why fear? And I said, because Nancy Reagan told me to just say no. This is what Nancy Reagan was warning us about. Reverse Jay Huff dunks and nothing but threes from your backup center.
So blurry. We're back. True to form, Devin Walker is joining me now. That was actually the Jessica Benson Show, not the Chris Vernon Show. But Devin Walker is on the Chris Vernon Show every day at noon here on Grind City Media. And when I was doing the Grizz gaming stuff last year, the guys called me Mr. Memphis because they were like, you do a lot of stuff around Memphis.
Yeah.
You're Mr. Memphis.
I don't know if
to
I'll
me,
call
you are
myself
Mr.
Memphis.
I'll call you Mr. Memphis. You are Mr. Memphis.
I'll take it.
You spent the weekend doing a bunch of stuff around town, too.
Yeah.
You went to the Jaw 2, well, I guess it was more than just a launch party, right?
Yeah, it was a weekend.
What was it?
It was a weekend celebration of Nike, celebrating the Jaw 2 release, celebrating 12 as a person, because it's like, yo, we got a signature athlete here. Why not put something behind it, right? Since he's had the signature shoe, Nike hasn't really done an event in the city. Yeah. And so you can tell they're really putting the battery in Jaw and the shoe and everything. Yeah. So it was a weekend of a block party, community event. From Friday, there was a first event at Southland Mall. Yep. Saturday, there was 3 pop-ups. And then Sunday, look at that. That's a GOAT photo, by the way.
That's awesome.
One of my favorite photos of all time taken right there on Sunday. And Sunday, there was a block party at Snowden Middle School where you can kind of walk through and see the whole John Morant experience. Well, there was some drop-top cars in there. There was a food truck set up. There was
a game, too, right?
Like a game. There was 3 games. There was a middle school game, middle school girls game, and there was a high school showcase. Okay. There was a high school showcase for the boys. So it was all that, and then Ja was there. Yeah. Sitting courtside, watching these kids kind of.
I liked it that it wasn't just Ja, too. Yeah. It looked like all the guys, a lot of guys were there.
Ja, Jaren, Edie,
Santi was there.
Jalen, they all kind of. Coach Jenkins was there. They all kind of show up to put on for 12, man. Because I think for me, you said being Mr. Memphis, it's like as a Memphian, bro. It's our only signature athlete we've ever had is Penny. Yeah. And Penny didn't play for the Grizzlies. Yeah. Penny played for the Magic, played for the Suns, he played for the Knicks. Ja plays for the Grizzlies. Yeah. He plays for the hometown team. Yeah. And I think it means more to have somebody like that. Like, all he wants to do is put on for the city. And for the shirt, I got to show you this shirt, man. It's exclusively at the event. Don't ask me for it. Leave me alone. So this is one. I'm going to show you the front first. I'm going to show you the front. That's the front of the shirt right there. Then the back is the banger, right? The back is the dope part. Look at that. So everybody that was in the event got this tee.
Hold it up a little bit.
Oh, wait, there we go. Hold it up. So I'll probably wear it once and then put it in the archives because that's one of those you say forever, right?
Yeah.
So
a little piece of Memphis history.
Yeah, a little piece of Memphis history. Because like I said, bro, to have a signature shoe is a big deal. And for Nike to really believe in you and to put a whole campaign for a whole weekend behind you, I think that's hat tip, man. I don't have a hat today. Usually I have a hat on.
I know.
The boy got his hair out today, boy.
Speaking of Memphis history, the Memphis Tigers played Saturday. They had homecoming. You went to that,
they
too.
Did. Yeah.
They got the win. It was a little closer than I think they would have liked for it to be. They moved to 7-1 on the season now. They've got 4 games left.
Yeah.
They're still in the playoff hunt? How do you feel about it?
I hope not. Watching that team play, man, they're the most confusing 7-1 team in the nation.
Yeah.
Like, and I love the Tigers. I support the Tigers. Tigers. I love them. Everything Ryan Silver for everybody else. But it's one of those situations like, bro, we find ways to win games, but you haven't had a dominating win yet, right? Yeah. It's a team that was competent. They can put their helmets on and put their cleats on at the same time, right? Yeah. You beat North Alabama, who's, may not be, you know what I'm saying? So I want them to have a dominant win. Like I said, I want to believe in them, but I just want them to show me you're 7-1, bro. They've
got 3 easy games coming up, and then they got Tulane at the end of it.
So if you dominate, this weekend, show me you can dominate UTSA, and I'll be happy, right? Yeah. But I know we got this show. I want to do some trivia with you, Whitaker, right?
Hit me up.
So you see this shirt I'm wearing? Yes. Look at this shirt. This shirt is from one of the first seasons from the change, right?
Yep.
How many of these players on this T-shirt can you name?
Probably, if not most of them, all of them.
Okay.
Well, in the front, it's Rudy Gay.
Okay.
Mark.
Okay.
Navarro.
No, Mark.
No, 16th Powell. Sorry.
Okay.
Is that Navarro?
Okay. Juan Carlos.
Mike Miller.
Okay.
It's kind of blurry. The back row, Damon Stoudemire.
Yes.
The big guys, that's Strosho.
That is not.
Swift.
That's Hakeem Ward.
Hakeem Ward.
Syracuse legend.
The other 2 guys are that guy and that guy. And I don't know
who this is. He's still in the league.
Still in the league.
Still in the league.
Who is it? Kyle Lowry?
Kyle Lowry. Yeah. And then on the far
left, is that Brandon Wright or somebody like that? Who's that?
There's no way you got that wrong.
I can't see it.
Come on, bro. That's freaking Mike Conley, bro.
I wear reading glasses. I don't have them on. I can't see anything.
Right here's blonde over here, man. It's all good. But shout out to my guy Ross and Resell for giving me this shirt. Real Grizz fans know this shirt is a banger. It was a free giveaway back in the day, and your boy found a way to get his hands on it.
Speaking of free giveaways, tonight's free giveaway.
Get that.
Magnetic schedule night. Put it on your refrigerator, put it in your locker at school, keep track of when the games are, because we got games coming hot and heavy throughout this season.
Y'all love Magnet schedules. Put that on your fridge.
I like it.
Jaren asked me about schedules all the time. So be like Jaren Jackson Jr. and get your schedule.
Get your schedule. All right. Devin, we appreciate you stopping in here.
Hey, by the way, Ja's out tonight, but Javon Carter's wearing Ja ones.
Yeah, mismatch. That's Javon's thing. He always mismatches his shoes.
But it's like super mismatched, though, bro.
Yeah.
Like Ja has a pair of Ja ones that are mismatched.
Yeah.
But he put like the Murray State Ja with the Nike. I don't know.
Anyway.
Whatever. Go Grizz. I'm out of here.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back in just a second here on the Warm Up Show on Grind City Media.
Appreciate you, sir.
Yellow laces, really bright yellow primary color. You got black on the trim and on the edges.
I gotta get 'em.
And you got some red there as well. Look at that right there, Mike. Look at that right there.
Man, look at that G. Look at that G, boy. That G is moving strong right there, too, man.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
John Cena was spilling life lessons on this stream, bro. So the best thing I watched all week, John Cena on the Cassinet stream. By the way, he stole your hairdo. You got to make a phone call.
I was about to say, you showed me a little bit of this clip because I saw the messy room, and the only thing I could see is John Cena's hair. I mean, come on, bro.
He stole your bar.
It's literally identical.
He stole your flow, bar for bar, word for word.
How is mine more gray than his, though?
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
The 3 big beats this week. One was root for points in honor of John Roser. How about that Miami-Louisville game?
Good
crushed
grief.
the over, which was 60. Finished with 97 total points, 52-45. Meanwhile, the Academy's covering again, both Army and Navy, getting the job done.
This.
Army, best start since 96.
America.
Navy crushed Charlotte. They're ranked 23rd and 24th in the country.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Hot Wheels fans, don't miss the exciting return of Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party at FedEx Forum. Don't miss the world premiere of Scalosaurus. Watch your favorite Hot Wheels monster trucks light up the floor, including Gungster, Bone Shaker, and the legendary Bigfoot. Plus the dazzling dance party, laser light show, and more. And save up to 50% on kids' tickets. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind Hot Wheels experience at FedEx Forum, November 2nd and 3rd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media, home home game number 2 on the season, the Memphis Grizzlies against the Chicago Bulls. About to tip off in about 35 minutes. Michael Wallace joining me again. We're going to go around the NBA like we always do at this time. And we're going to start with you were in Miami for a long time covering the Miami Heat and that whole team. Dwayne Wade, not only recognized by the Heat, but he got his own statue. It's been a little bit divisive on social media, I think is a nice way to put it. I mean, we like the sentiment.
Yeah. See, and I've seen all of the backlash and all of the criticism about the statue. I knew immediately once I saw it unveiled what they were trying to do. And the moment that happened, March 9th, my birthday actually, I was at that game when he jumped up on the owner's table and said, "This is my house." Yes, the facial features don't necessarily work, but I'm just not going to get out there socially right now and rag on a guy for getting a statue.
I don't get mad at him.
Yeah, I know. It's the designer that fumbled a little bit.
Sculptor, somebody, whoever had trouble with it. I did like that the way that they did the face. Looks a little bit like Han Solo in Star Wars. when he had put in the carbonite. I enjoyed that.
Man, that's funny, man. But a great tribute. That was the same weekend that Pat Riley got the court dedicated to him. Dwayne Wade got the statue outside the building. Brought back a lot of memories, man. And listen, man, hey, if you get a statue somewhere, it's all good, all to the good.
Although you would think, like, we're in the year 2024, like we have printers and things that can make things.
And they can go redo it. I've seen statues get redone.
Like, touch it up a little bit.
You just you resculpt the facial part of it and leave the body.
I think they could just like have a computer do it at this point and make it look great. But I get it. It's like handmade. It's cool. Whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
You got a statue. You did something right.
Yes.
You talked about bring back a lot of memories, things like that. Kevin Durant moved up into over 29,000 points for his career. I remember meeting him before the draft in 2007. When it was the question of him or Greg Oden. I asked him at the time, I was like, if I'm an NBA team, why should I take you ahead of Greg Oden? He said, because if you're in front of me, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to do whatever it takes to beat you and score on you and take care of you. And he's done it. 29,000 points is nothing to see. I think there's only 8 guys ahead of him now all time on the list.
Yes.
Do you think he ever catches LeBron?
No. I don't think he ever catches LeBron. Even though Kevin Durant can do this until he says, I don't want to do it anymore, just like LeBron. I just think LeBron is going to say, all right, let me put this way out of reach, right, from that standpoint. So I don't think he catches him, but it would be great to see those guys as 1-2. I mean, they really have that much respect for each other. Kevin Durant is a Washington, D.C. area guy like me, and I remember, I know the route that his mother worked when she did her postal route, right? Like, she worked with my uncle, and I've seen that family before. I've seen them come through some things, and kudos to him, man. 29,000 points, just an amazing feat by a guy that deserves every single part of it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. One of the other stories I thought was funny was Baron Davis took to social media and said he was at the car wash and he spotted J.J. Redick watching game film on his laptop. He had the laptop out, players coach, Lakers are in great hands. I thought it was kind of cool, first of all, that J.J. Redick was just out running errands, but then he was watching film out in public.
I get that part. There's so many things with that tweet that I'm like, huh? Yeah. And then, huh? Okay, number one, most guys at this level have car detailers come to them. Yeah. Right? Like, I mean, usually you get the guy that you roll with, and they put you on the schedule. They come out to your crib. You don't have to go anywhere. So for J.J. Redick to even still be going to a car wash, that says a lot about how much humility he has. And then to be on a laptop, that doesn't surprise me at all. He doesn't come across as a guy that's better than everybody else around him. Yeah. He's a man of the people for the most part, and he could just blend in. In a lot of ways, J.J. Redick, he's not 6'8". He's 6'3", 6'4". He can blend in with a cup of coffee.
Hat, keep it moving.
Cup of coffee, laptop out. He looks like any other guy that's at not necessarily at a car wash, but you get what I'm saying.
True. You said LeBron said his goal is to play all 82 games this season.
I did.
And J.J. Redick was like, well, great. That's everybody's goal. I like the way he said it. He was like, hey, if that's the goal, we'll try to get you there. But, that's everyone's goal is to play 82. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
I don't know. I think LeBron may have got 81 once. I don't know if he's played 82, all 82 at all in his career. And if he has, jump in the chat right there and let us know right there. And
he's been close. I know
he has been close.
His durability is incredible.
That's tough. Michael Jordan, the last guy I remember at that stage and that age, he went all 82 his final season with the Washington Wizards. So maybe that's what LeBron's trying to do as well, too. But, yes, I don't count against him. I don't count him out at all.
We got about a minute to go. We updated that John Morant and John Conchar are both out tonight. what's your last take on this game? We got 58 seconds here before we get out of here.
You know, that the Chicago Bulls are a team that's trying to play fast. We talked about these are the 1 and 2 teams in pace, but they turn the ball over a lot. The team that turns the ball over the least and capitalizes on the other team's turnover is going to win. Chicago just turned it over 26 times against Oklahoma City. The Grizzlies just scored 30 points off of the Magic's turnovers the last time when they were on this court. That stat is going to decide this game.
I think the other thing to me is like the Bulls are 4th in rebounds per game in the NBA, and the rebounding is the thing we've seen the Grizzlies struggle with early this season and in the last couple of years, honestly. So I think the team that watches the turnovers and controls the boards is going to have the best chance to win this thing. Grizzlies got a night off and then 2 more games coming up right after this, so they don't stop. This has been the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. We appreciate you tapping in with us tonight. We'll be back with you again in 2 more nights, and then again on Halloween, and then again for every home game as we get going. Flip over now to FanDuel Sports Network to watch Grizzlies live, or turn over to ESPN 92.9. Hear the game on the radio. This has been the warm-up show. He's Michael Wallace. I'm Lane Whitaker. We'll see you next game.
Yes.